Hey everyone, Andrew here, bringing you another video, and today we're going to be doing something different. I've been talking with Blow Myself Up Dude on AIM, and we talk on YouTube back and forth, more AIM recently. He's a great reviewer. I do suggest checking him out. He does comic book reviews, but he does other stuff too, like TV, books, various different other genres. He doesn't limit himself just to one thing, which I admire. I think that's pretty good of a review of being able to branch out. But he's a great reviewer. I suggest checking him out. But we were talking back and forth, and I proposed to him, hey, let's do a video series together. Let's do something and count down our top 10 favorite of something. And he just did his top 10 favorite comic book heroes. So I'm like, well, let's do our top 10 all-time favorite fictional villains. And he agreed to. So every Sunday, starting this Sunday, we are going to count down in separate videos on our own channel our top 10 personal favorite villains. These villains can be from any genre of fiction. Comics, movie, TV, video games, books, any kind of fictional means or fictional genre or fictional medium. We pick our favorite villains. And every week we do a new villain. So this is going to take like 10 weeks. But hey, I mean, it's something fun to do. And in addition to that, you can actually have teams on there, like the Legion of Doom, or Wolfram and Hart, or the Brotherhood of Mutants, or anything like that. It doesn't have to be limited to one person. So those are the basic gist. So let me just recap you. Me and Blow Myself Up Dude are going to do every week on Sunday our top 10 favorite villains, starting today with number 10. And we're going to work our way up to our number 1 favorite villain of all time in a fiction. It's not like we can pick someone like Saddam or Hitler or something like that. It has to be a fictional character. And then we'll video response to each other and kind of compare and contrast what we pick, which I think is very interesting. He already put his video up, I believe so. So, everyone understand? If you have any questions, just ask. I mean, I think it's pretty clean cut, but whatever. So with that said, let's start with my number 10 for my top 10 villains of all time. Ready? Number 10 is... yes, the Borg. For those of you that don't know who the Borg are from Star Trek, and they are a cybernetic race that go around and they basically try to assimilate all different kind of cultures and technology. But they force their assimilation onto the cultures and the worlds and the races. And they actually take those races and make them part of the Borg by mutilating their bodies and turning them into robots. And they are utterly relentless. Every time they see a new race, they go, "We are the Borg. You shall be assimilated. Resistance is futile." They kind of just like take little things, put in your neck, and nano-inject little robots into your body, and eventually you'll become part of the Borg. And the Borg first show up in Next Generation, and they played pretty well on Next Generation. A fair amount. Actually, Picard becomes part of the Borg for a while, which really affects him for a long time. They show up a little bit on DS9, but not too much. And they show up a lot on Voyager, to the point that it's overdone. But they are showed up probably the most on Voyager. Not sure. And they show up a little on Enterprise. They even did a whole movie just for the Borg, Star Trek First Contact. And you can say what you want about it being about Zevran Cochrane or whatever. It's about the Borg. The Borg are, just to give you a basic gist of the Borg, they can adapt to anything, any kind of form of combat. Their Borg cubes can adapt to any starship weaponry. Their Borg units, the robots themselves, can adapt to any kind of weaponry. You shoot a phaser, you get about 2 shots off before they adapt and they create a shield. They have no individuality. They're one big hive mind connected to the Queen Borg. So they speak as one. There's no individuality whatsoever. Now, you're probably wondering the reason why I chose the Borg as number 10. Probably because over the years, I've been so desensitized by things. Like, from playing Resident Evil so much, zombies don't bother me at all. I do not get scared from many things. I'm just so desensitized. But if there's one thing out there that has consistently given me the kind of the willies or the Jeeper Creepers, it would be the Borg. I think the reason why the Borg kind of just freak me out a bit is just for the fact that they can make you one of them. And it's not like you lose your mind and you become evil. No, you lose everything. Your individuality, you lose your mind, they mutilate your body. It's over once you become Borg. It's over. Only like few people have ever came back from the Borg. So, it's not that they scare me, necessarily. It's just kind of, give me the shivers. I mean, and that would be the most nerve-wracking thing going on a Borg cube and having to deal with the Borg. But yeah, the Borg are badass, and they definitely make a spot on my top 10 villain list. Come on, it's the Borg. So yeah, that was number 10 of my top 10 list. It would be my top 10 villain list, and it would been the Borg. So with that said, next week I am going to be doing number 9, and Blow Myself Up Dude will also be doing his number 9. So check out his top 10 villains and see where this goes from here, okay? So with that said, I'm going to end this video here. This is Andrew saying peace out for now.